out every single piece of buzzword that he's picked up thus far, and he tries out some new ones. But we're gonna let Donald Trump finish his meandering, rambling story about nothing. Go ahead, Donald.
A little bit on a couple of little things. Under a great deal of
He's under pressure.
Now I understand that he's made up his mind
I
and
got
he
some
agrees
coffee.
with his original.
I got some coffee. I said he did nothing wrong. He said, "Oh," I said, "No. Well, you wanted to work for free." I was like, "Well, I want to be the president. I want to win." And then I said, "Hillary Clinton, fake news media," and yeah, it's very fucking riveting.
Guy
Riveting.
representing Hillary goes for no salary, no anything.
No salaries.
He goes into the. He doesn't get what he wants. The office.
So conservatives, they don't ever ask a story like this guy. He works for free, right? He doesn't have a salary, like Del just said. He gets into the attorney general's office somehow. You don't know why. He won't tell you why. That's the first question. How did he get in there? Second question is, who is working for free to get you? And what the fuck did you do to this guy that he wants to work for free to get you? Donald's never going to answer that question. He's just going to talk about how this. So, guys, do you realize that there's a reason why these people want to get him? It's because he screws them over. He's a snake oil salesman. He's a fraud. He's a lying buffoon who didn't write his own book. And his Wharton School of Business degree was called it's austerity. His father gave him a legacy spot in Wharton. He's never earned anything in his entire life that wasn't already given to him. He's entitled up to the hilt. He's a crybaby, lying buffoonish bitch of these people. These people, by the way, that he has coffee with, he talks to on a daily basis. He literally donated to Hillary Clinton's campaign. Remember, the economy just much greater under Democrats. That was when Bill Clinton was president. Now that for some reason people are working for free trying to get him. We don't know why. Conservatives won't ask why. Why won't they ask why? Well, because Donald's tough. He's strong. He's tough and strong. We don't need to ask why. We just need to listen to his stupid story that he can barely recall, and it's mostly bullshit.
And he writes a book, and the book is published during the case. And I will say this, he's absolutely killed by the media, even the fake news media.
Fake news media! They did a great job, fake news media. By the way, conservatives, if that went by your heads, Donald Trump just literally praised the fake news media. He said they did a good job. Did y'all hear that? Oh, no, we didn't hear that shit. He's strong. He's tough. Don't worry about it. Contradiction, or is it? Maybe it's just him being strong and tough. Who knows?
They say that itself is enough reason that should have stopped a long time ago. So he goes in and he writes a book telling. What do you
think of that, Mr. Gates? What do you think of that, puppets on the fucking chorus? So, guys, I'm going to fast forward this. This story goes on forever. And it's why people walked out of his rally, because he wasn't saying enough "Let's go, Brandons." He was talking about stupid shit. Boring ass story. Let's go 20 minutes in, guys. See what Donald Trump's talking about. Is he going to talk about healthcare? Is he going to talk about wages? Is he going to talk about unemployment? Is he going to talk about the Fed raising rates? What's he going to talk about? He's going to talk about the issues that are facing Americans today. Let's see what Donald Trump's talking about. What'd you do, Donald?
And I work always willingly. I watch other people run for office. I mean, Mike Bloomberg spent $2.5 billion. He never got past the first question, right? So, but I do it again because I love you and I love our country. Thank you.
After McVeigh was executed, Yusuf commented, "I have never known anyone in my life who has so similar a personality to my own as his." It is becoming harder and harder to distinguish us from our enemies. Trump, given the political, economic, and cultural destruction carried out by neoliberalism, is not an aberration. He is the result of a market society and capitalist democracy that has ceased to function. An angry and alienated underclass is entranced by electronic hallucinations that take the place of literacy. These Americans take a perverse and almost diabolical delight in demagogues such as Trump that expressed contempt for and openly flout the traditional rules and rituals of a power structure that preys upon them. Similar demagogues, like Modi, have risen.
So they're not coming out their way, and I'm going to be standing in their way for a long time. I don't have to stand in their way. In 2020, having this delay of 4 years, it was devastating for the psyche of our country. It was devastating for our country, devastating for many people. When you look at millions and millions and millions of people pouring into our country, devastating. But you know, if we do it in 24, then had we done it in 20, because we have learned how this other side and how the policies work. What has went after al-Baghdadi. That was not a good day for al-Baghdadi. But under Joe Biden, American patriots are being arrested and held in captivity. Like, what's happening? And they did leave the dogs behind. A lot of dog lovers. We all love dogs, but they did. A lot of people did behind those great. Remember Conan? As president, I would end the invasion of our southern border and all those ranchers, all of those great ranchers whose houses are being invaded. They never had anything like this. I saw somebody three days ago said, 2 years ago, the border was totally secure. We had no problem. You wouldn't see anything. And today, people knocking on our door and want to knock the head out of us. I built hundreds of miles, began to add even more needed. In 3 more weeks, but Biden decided not to do it, and that's when I said, well, he doesn't want to actually want open borders. That's when I first saw it.
I built 100 miles of wall.
Build it up even further.
I built 100. Lie. Biden didn't want to build the wall. Well, why is he continuing to build the wall? Lie. Biden continued all of your policies. He continued Title 42. He continued kids in cages. He continued the wall building. You're lying. So, lie. Continue, Trump. Just want to point that out.
Walls to work.
Wheels. Hey, right wingers, guess what? Walls and wheels, guys. Walls and wheels. Let's go, Brandon. Walls and wheels. Loony left. Open borders. Fake news media. Strong. Proud. I love America. American military. I ran out of buzzwords. Trump, help me out with some more buzzwords. Trump, you got some fucking buzzwords for me, man? I need
the two things that work carrying out their prisons and mental institutions and sending to the United States, right? Who can blame president?
These countries for sending murderers to the country. But guess what, guys? I love this country, and I love you. But who can blame these other countries for sending their murderers and rapists? Who can blame them? I can't. Weirdo. Fucking weirdo. He's fucking weirdo.
Prime Minister, there's a normal, but
sure you do.
Streetwise, and they're sending the criminals to mental institutions.
Think of it. Think of it. Mental health. Wait, mental health? No, that's for when I don't want to talk about guns. No, we hate people that are mentally handicapped now. Now people that have mental health problems, we don't like. Right? Oh, guys, in this entire speech, what the fuck makes sense? What's true? And what's going to help America? Nothing, right? Just get like conservatives, please. Enough of the buzzwords, strong, he's tough. Tell me what this guy is substantially doing to do in any way. Fast forward. Is he going to get to?
Just as we did before, we will protect his life and defend free speech. A constitutional Congress.
Wait. Donald? Watch this, guys. He just said something substantive. Let's go back. This is a thing. This is a new thing for me. Trump just made a campaign promise, guys. Listen to this, because he's not gonna fucking complete it. But listen to this shit. It's kind of funny, because it's gonna be so funny how he doesn't have time to do it, or the Democrats, or Biden, or somebody else, or the fake news media. But he just made a promise, guys. If you don't say Trump is a politician, he's not a politician. This is what a politician does. And I'm just going to, in real time, walk you through this. The morons that still vote for Democrats and Republicans. He's not going to do it. This guy says he's going to fucking push for.
Everybody policy to ask Congress to send me a bill and sports.
Okay, that's super to our economic of the welfare.
For a mask mandate. Just as we did before, we protect innocent life and defend free speech.
Children will walk with their heads high. Couples will hold hands again. People will sit on park benches and read the Bible.
I will support a constitutional amendment to put term limits on members of Congress.
What? Let's go back. What do you say?
I will not school that is a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate. We will protect innocent life, defend free speech. Constitute term limits on members of Congress.
Wait, these elections that you asked Brad Raffensperger in Georgia to find you 11,000 votes for? Brad, can you find me 11,000 votes? Georgia will be voting very badly today, Brad. I'm gonna secure elections. This guy is fucking. He's head over heels in dum dum land. He's so retarded, guys. He doesn't remember that he asked Brad Raffensperger to find him 11,000 votes, and that is literally the only election fraud tampering that I can actually fucking find evidence for. Is your phone call to Brad Raffensperger to find you 11,000 votes, you schmuck. You fucking schmuck. But guys, rest assured that he will secure vote elections for him. Because really all he cares about is him. He's been talking about him this entire fucking rally. So obviously, he cares about him. The thing I got out of this rally, guys, is he really likes him and he's being treated unfairly. And the fake news media is really going too far with him. And they need to stop it to say nice things about him. So that's what I got from this rally. Anything about policies? Well, he says he's going to support a constitutional amendment to put term limits on Congress. Will that ever happen? No. But you guys are retarded. You guys are fucking retarded. You really think it will?
It believes your commander-in-chief and straight years, it did.
What didn't happen? Taiwan! China!
Law enforcement against the
political party. But I just like to say, Donald, this country's weaponized their fucking police against black people before the feds raided Mar-a-Lago. They were putting drugs in black neighborhoods. You fucking maniacal, narcissist, megalomaniac cretin. Oh, weaponized it against political parties. You fucking schmuck. Why don't you put... What? I hope someone puts crack cocaine in Ivanka's fucking Dasani. Then you'll know what it's like for the federal government to weaponize the police against your ass. Fucking schmuck. This guy is literally the most entitled, retarded buffoon. And I really, guys, this is why I've stopped really doing episodes, is because, like, I just can't grapple with the fact that we're still talking about Biden or Trump, two dementia-riddled, racist asshole pricks that literally would sell their entire families into slavery for their own personal gains. These people would literally kick their children down the stairs to fundraise off of their fucking injuries. These people would literally talk about how pro-life they are and then sign checks to Stormy Daniels for after he cheats on his wife. Probably tell her to have an abortion too. How stupid are you people that you buy this dumb shit? It's really transparently, blatantly, openly retarded now. And I'm exhausted by it, guys. I'm exhausted by this rally too. But let's end it, guys. Let's go to how does he close this? Let's see how he closes. Any closing remarks? Donald!
Together we're going to finish what we started. With you side, we will totally obliterate the deep state. We will banish from our...
So he finished what he started. Did you start on the deep state? Did you start on the warmongers? Or did you have Mike Pompeo and John Bolton in your cabinet? Fucking contradicting yourself, man, with your cabinet.
Drive out globalists and we will cast out the communists.
Weren't you at Davos? Weren't you at Davos with Charles Schwab? Weren't you? The biggest globalist in the entire world? From the Economic World Forum? Weren't you at Davos? Trumpy? Yeah, your retarded fucking following doesn't know about Davos, I guess. They don't really watch other news channels besides the news channels that your campaign finance contribution donors pump money into. That's really the only channels they watch.
We will not corrupt the political class. We will be the
Fake news media, loony left, corrupt Democrats, Hillary Clinton, open borders.
We will stand up to the rhinos.
Rhinos.
We will lead Joe.
Forgot about the rhinos. Rhinos. What else? Who else is there? Globalists, fascists, communists, socialists.
Biden and every single Democrat. We made America villains and tyrants. Our
Who's
country.
this guy? Why is the camera here? Who is this dude?
No matter they throw us,
Bro,
no matter
are you a
what they do
communist,
us,
fascist,
we will not
loony
bend.
leftist,
We
fake
will
news
not break.
networks,
We will
fake
not
news
kneel.
media, open borders guy, combaticalist, identicalist, transists, some kind of that. Okay, I'm running for president. Vote for me. I'm winning. So guys, that was the first rally, composed of the greatest hits of Donald Trump's catchphrase, buzzword, sound bites, and some fucking weird ass footage of Matt Damon's little brother, and a whole bunch of contradictory bullshit things, some entitled narcissistic comments, some absolute cognitively dissonant phrases, and some false promises that he made, not intending to keep in any way. Probably forgot about it after he said it. And to sum it all up, guys, none of that really seems to me to be free-thinking, innovative, and open-minded. But Tommy Nation Politics, thinking innovative, progressive, independent media. You can find us at www.tommynationpolitics.com or write to us at facebook.com/TommyNationPolitics, and we'll answer your questions. We'll make some assessments. We'll discuss political commentary, and we'll do that, guys, with empirical data, critical reasoning skills, logic, and brain power. We'll do it without entitlement, white privilege, sociopathic, neuropathic behavior. We'll do it without contradictory, lying, cretin intents, and we'll do it without. We'll do it while we're paying our taxes. It's April, guys. Did you pay your taxes? We need more tanks in Ukraine, buddy. Look fat. This was Tommy Nation Politics, guys, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe this video. Have a great day. Thank you. It's the fulcrum of our democracy.
Several months later, a federal grand jury indicted 12 of the surviving Branch Davidians for unlawful possession of firearms and aiding the murder of federal officers. Many believe the government's actions were overly aggressive and maybe even illegal. The raid drew sharp public criticism, and controversy swirled over whether or not federal agents started the fire and shot the Branch Davidians. At the center of the storm was Janet Reno, who issued the final order to raid the compound. In 1999, she appointed independent counsel John Danforth to investigate the incident. Danforth concluded that the agents were not responsible and placed the blame squarely on Koresh and his followers for setting the blaze and shooting themselves in order to fulfill their apocalyptic prophecy. The investigation failed to satisfy critics who, to this day, believe in conspiracy theories of a federal cover-up. For some right-wing extremist groups and patriot militias, Waco was further evidence of a government willing to use its power against its own people. One of these extremists was a 24-year-old disgruntled Army veteran named Timothy McVeigh. Radicalized by Waco, McVeigh would retaliate for what he saw as the injustices of the Waco siege by bombing a federal building in Oklahoma City exactly 2 years to the day of the siege at Mount Carmel.
Just as Europeans forgot how to build indoor plumbing and make cement, will we lose our industrial technology? And with that, our greatest achievements, from $1 pizza to smartphones or laser eye surgery? Will all this go away too? Today, our cities stretch for thousands of square kilometers. We travel the skies. Our communication is instant. Industrial agriculture with engineered high-yield plants, efficient machinery and high-potency fertilizer feeds billions of people. Modern medicine gives us the longest lifespan we've ever had, while industrial technology gives us an unprecedented level of comfort and abundance, even though we haven't yet learned to attain them without destroying our ecosphere. There are arguably still different civilizations around today that compete and coexist with each other, but together they also form a singular global civilization.
Aloha. Early one morning on a Saturday, on a beautiful day like today, in January of 2018, over 1 million people all across the state of Hawaii woke to their cell phones buzzing and ringing, radio alerts blaring, with a message that read, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill." I and so many others, I happened to be here that morning. I started calling my friends and calling my family, concerned for them and where they were. But just as you here might imagine, if we all got that alert at this moment, so too did people all across Hawaii start to ask themselves the question, where is their shelter? Where do I go? Where do I take my children to be safe, knowing that there is an inbound missile to Hawaii with a nuclear warhead and we have just minutes to live? We had college students at the University of Hawaii sprinting across campus trying to figure out where they could possibly go to get shelter. A father who lowered his little girl down a manhole, thinking that may be the only place she may be safe, and telling her goodbye, "I might not see you again." I heard after from a father who had one kid in town on the island of Oahu and another child on the other side of the island, and himself in the middle trying to decide which of his children he might spend the last of his minutes with. An impossible decision for any parent to make. Countless others shared their stories of their panic, cowering in the bathtub with their kids, trying to understand. They're telling us to seek immediate shelter. Where do we go? And experiencing that harsh reality. That was as true for us there in Hawaii in 2018 as it is for us here today. There is no shelter. Our leaders failed us then, and they continue to fail us now. Those people who work in our nation's capital eagerly continue to escalate tensions, eagerly wage new Cold Wars, understanding that if there's a nuclear attack, yes, they will be okay in their bunkers, where they literally have plans to be able to continue to wage wars from their bunkers without any consideration for the rest of us.
She's been to that prison many times. She has described what's happening in that prison. It's a hellhole. And these are soldiers and policemen and firemen, medics and doctors in a couple of cases.
Aloha. Early one morning on a Saturday, on a beautiful day like today, in January of 2018, over 1 million people all across the state of Hawaii woke to their cell phones buzzing and ringing, radio alerts blaring, with a message that read, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill." I and so many others, I happened to be here that morning. I started calling my friends and calling my family, concerned for them and where they were. But just as you here might imagine, if we all got that alert at this moment, so too did people all across Hawaii start to ask themselves the question, where is there shelter? Where do I go? Where do I take my children to be safe, knowing that there is an inbound missile to Hawaii with a nuclear warhead and we have just minutes to live? We had college students at the University of Hawaii sprinting across campus trying to figure out where they could possibly go to get shelter. A father who lowered his little girl down a manhole, thinking that may be the only place she may be safe, and telling her goodbye, "I might not see you again." I heard after from a father who had one kid in town on the island of Oahu and another child on the other side of the island, and himself in the middle trying to decide which of his children he might spend the last of his minutes with. An impossible decision for any parent to make. Countless others shared their stories of their panic, cowering in the bathtub with their kids, trying to understand. They're telling us to seek immediate shelter. Where do we go? And experiencing that harsh reality. That was as true for us there in Hawaii in 2018 as it is for us here today. There is no shelter. Our leaders failed us then, and they continue to fail us now. Those people who work in our nation's capital eagerly continue to escalate tensions, eagerly wage new Cold Wars, understanding that if there's a nuclear attack, yes, they will be okay in their bunkers, where they literally have plans to be able to continue to wage wars from their bunkers without any consideration for the rest of us and the destruction and incineration that their wars will cause. This was ultimately the thing that caused me to run for president in 2020, because I saw where our leaders were taking us. I saw the dangers of where this new Cold War and nuclear arms race would eventually lead. Whether intentional or accidental, there is only one destination for such wars, and that is a nuclear holocaust. I made it clear then that this is a central issue of our time, the most important issue facing us in the 21st century, and that there was a clear choice in that election. We're either going to work towards peace, de-escalate tensions, move away from this new Cold War, or we will continue to race rapidly towards the nuclear brink, toward a new Cold War with Russia, a new Cold War with China, and therefore racing towards nuclear war. Now, for those of you who remember that election, this issue was not important to the media. They refused to talk about it. They refused to raise the question in the debates. There was no other candidate willing to talk about this issue. It was not important to them then, and it's not important to them now. And so here we are, 2 short years later. What I warned about then is now our reality. This proxy war that we're fighting against Russia right now could turn at any moment into a direct conflict between the United States, NATO, and Russia, a country that has more nuclear weapons than any other in the world. Now, anyone with a little bit of common sense knows that a Cold War can very quickly turn to a hot war, and that when you're waging a hot war against a nuclear-armed country, it's just a matter of time before it leads to the use of nuclear weapons at any moment. And here's the insanity of it all. We have talking heads on TV, we have politicians, we have very powerful people here in the United States and all around the world speaking with a straight face, well, you know, if we start World War III or when World War III starts, here's how we're going to fight and win. that if Putin decides to use tactical nuclear weapons, here's what we're going to do, as though such a war could ever be won. It cannot be won. World War III cannot be won. They're living in this archaic mindset of World War I and World War II and not facing the realities that we have today. There is no way to win a nuclear war. There is only one end, and that is a nuclear holocaust. So we're gathered here today because we know that it doesn't have to be this way. We know that there is a better way and that the task before us is urgent and necessary. We have people gathered here from all over the country, people who are gathered here from all ends of the political spectrum. And if we were to have a conversation, my guess is there may be other things we don't agree on. But the truth is that we could disagree about everything else. Everything else. But the one thing that we do agree on that brings us together here today is that we value life. We want to live. We want our loved ones to live and thrive. We want to be able to go out on a day like today and walk in the trees and hear the birds chirping with the sun shining down on our face. We understand that whatever our differences may be, that we must stand together as people who cherish peace, security, and freedom. We must set aside our differences, work together to fire those warmongering politicians from both political parties who serve their masters in the military-industrial complex instead of serving the people. Those warmongers who carelessly and thoughtlessly are sending us hurtling towards a nuclear holocaust that would destroy all life and the world as we know it. The only way we can stop them is when we stand together and lift our voices in unity, telling them no. We will not let you destroy us. We will not let you destroy our loved ones, our communities, our country, here in the United States and around the world. If we stand together on this one issue, we will be able to wrest the power away from those who don't care about us, those who bend the knee to their overlords in the military-industrial complex, take back that power and ensure that we take those trillions of dollars they are feeding into the war machine and instead dedicate those resources towards peace, prosperity, and freedom. We cannot be free and prosperous or safe unless we are at peace. We are the spark that has the power to light that fire to bring about change. So let that spark of love that exists in every single one of our hearts, that aloha, be that inspiration and that fuel that provides us with the courage to fight against these powerful entities, knowing that our cause is just, it is right, and it is necessary. We must work together towards this future and fulfilling and accomplishing